Welcome to episode 29. Episode 29, man. Jeez, we're almost at 30. Yeah, Saturday night, man. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Trying to think right out the gate here before we get into everything. I already have a couple of super chats here, so I just want to address them very quickly, guys. Andrew James, thank you so much, man, with the $10 super chat. Says you already know I had to be here. Much love to you, bro. Love to you, my two, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you very much for that. And it's Popsic, man. What's up, man? Just became a channel member. So thank you very much, my friend. I just wanted to get those clears. I just saw all this right here, guys. Like, so, anyway, how's everybody doing, man? I got Mario. What's going on, man? Glad you could be here.
Oh, man, always happy to be here, man, on a Saturday night, man. I mean, couldn't be any more excited to stream with this illustrious panel that we assembled tonight, talking about some interesting topics, man. So, real happy to be here, bro. Thanks for the invite, as always.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And Kiko, man, what is up? I haven't seen you in forever.
That is right. I am back from vacation, getting ready to gear up for next vacation at Celebration. But I said, you know what? It's past my bedtime, but I am going to do this for you because I want to be here with y'all and just to chat spend some time with the boys tonight. Thank you for having me, my friend, and looking forward to what is on the docket tonight.
Yes, man. I'm glad. It's been a while. Been at least a couple months, man. So
it's been a decade since I've been on this show.
I know, right? Yeah, it's been a while, but we do what we can. We try to make things work. So it's awesome, dude. Jay and brother cousins, man.
Hey, what's up with you, man? I'm good. It's just been a long day with the family. Walking through the malls, carrying a kid. Yeah, it's new daddy life, man.
Daddy life.
But no, man, it's been good, man. Thank you once again. Thank you for having me. It's Saturday Night Live. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man. And last but not least, Lale, man. What is up, man? 1/6 man. How you doing tonight, man?
No, I'm pretty good, man. I've been pretty much out all day. Went to the gym early this morning, or actually this afternoon. And then me and the missus had to go out, and she wanted to get some last minute stuff. So you know how that goes. You're sitting in the actual waiting room while she's trying everything on and coming out, and asking you, how's this look and how's that look, and you're like, well, don't you already have something that color? And she's like, but this is different. You're like, no, it's not.
I can't be the only one.
Yeah, right.
I can't be the only one that like gets like a weird back pain whenever you're with your significant other doing the shopping. Yeah. It's like this sharp pain starts shooting in their lower back, and it like forces you to find a seat. I'm just glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, nah. And see, the thing is, I was standing up at first until she told me, like, she said, if you come further in, there's a seat right over there. I was like, all right, cool. So I sat down, and she tried a couple things on. And then the thing is, here's the funny part is that they try everything on, and you're sitting there waiting, and then she only gets one piece. And I'm like, no. But then we actually came back in, and she got the other piece. I forced her to get it. So I was like, because if it's not here when you come back, there's going to be a problem. So you already know, man. Like it's the woes of shopping with your female companion, man. It's how it be.
It is. But hey, you know what? It could be the other side, man. We could be going into like a comic book store and looking at everything, and then look at Hot Toys, and we'd definitely be coming out with more than one.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
A lot more too.
My wife can attest to that.
Right? You're like, oh wait, this on sale? But I get it. It's not, entertaining at times. You're like, okay.
Yeah. That's it. It is what it is. But the good part about it was that the shop that she goes to, she actually gets a hell of a discount at. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? That works. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So it doesn't hurt the wallet too much. But yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, let's get kind of into it, man. I mean, I know we've all kind of talked about this. I've made videos on it. We've all probably discussed it. So we'll briefly gloss over in the beginning here. But as you guys do know, we did get a double release this week. Actually, triple, three, right? Because Luke hit too.
Yep.
I think all in the same week. Jeez. Yep. Yeah. So I just want to briefly kind of go over it because I haven't really heard all of your thoughts on it. We can kind of just briefly. So I mean, Mario, your thoughts initially. Is this something you're grabbing? Well, I mean, it's just hard, right? Because I mean, you're gonna grab it.
Well, yeah. Well, you know I'm gonna grab it, man. I mean,
Yeah,
of
Star
course.
Wars.
That's no. Yeah. All that. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. You know me, dude. I thought you'd be pulling up the actual release pics, but anyway, these the actual
I'm
release.
just kind of doing
I thought it looked pretty cool. There's something off about it in the sculpt. There were some angles where it's one of those things in which some angles looks just like them, and some are just like completely off. However, after checking out Reagan over there at MRC, his I thought it looked better. I thought it looked really good, man.
Yeah.
Granted, this is like a basic release. Having the Darksaber is gonna be dope.
Wait till
And
Kiko gets it. Wait till Kiko
yeah,
gets
that
it.
too. And,
yeah.
it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, man. I'm looking forward to having it in the collection.
Yeah, especially with you, man, because I mean, I want to just segue just for a second to show off. I mean, it looks like you're doing something there.
I
with,
am. Yeah, man. I mean, as y'all can probably see, you guys can probably sense a bit of a theme going on here. So I went ahead and packed some stuff up, unfortunately, but I'm bringing up a bunch of stuff now. This is still a work in progress. So hopefully by tomorrow, actually by Monday, I mean, most of this will probably be all filled up. It's gonna be something, man.
See,
Something to behold.
I think about that, like with Moff Gideon, like especially with that picture there, you know, with the trooper.
Mhm.
I'm like, see, I see what you can do. You can do some really, really sick stuff with that. Yeah, Kiko. I mean, what are your thoughts, man? I know you pick and choose, but is this going into your collection?
Yeah, this was one of the ones I did have when it was cool to say day one pre-order. This was a day one pre-order back in the day, and it really was. I mean, for one, a black and red, aesthetic. I mean, that's super cool, from an Imperial officer, and he's got a cape. I mean, think about all the cool figures out there that have capes. And there's very few from the Star Wars world. And when you add a cape in, it's just another level of badassery. And then mix in the Darksaber with that. Mine will definitely be going into the hands of Din Djarin or Darth Maul, honestly. The Darksaber, that is. And I'm just going to be able to put him, with some Imperial officers and such. I'm sorry, Imperial troopers and such. So, man, I do think this is great. As, a Giancarlo fan myself, with his portrayal of Gustavo Fring, one of the greatest villains in all of TV, if you ask me. This is an absolute must-have, just for the appreciation of the actor himself. And maybe this is hot taking. I don't know. I don't see where everyone's getting upset about said head sculpt. I think it looks fantastic. And I know these are the pre-production photos, but even the real ones I saw. And as Leod said, is that let me get him in my hands and I'll show you exactly just how good those are. So it's great. I can't wait for this one. Hopefully it's right around the corner with the others. So I'm waiting. I'll be ready.
Well, we are a lot of stuff's right around the corner. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But Jay, man, I know you're getting them right.
Dude, he is en route. I've been waiting. I got him, and I got all three releases coming this week. Bought them all from Toys Wonderland, and they are consistently inconsistent because I'm still waiting for them to get here.
You're miming right now.
Big time, dude. I must say, how's he doing that?
I know. He's speaking to us like Professor X.
Oh, he dipped out.
Oh, he just dipped.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back. We'll give him a moment. But actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just go to you, Leo. We'll wait for him to come back and
yeah, man. So I just got Django in today. This guy, they were both shipped the same day. I don't know what's going on, but he'll be here definitely on Monday. So I'm anticipating that. Here's the thing: is he arrives the day before I leave out to LA, to California for celebration. So I don't know what I'm going to be able to actually do with him that day, but we'll actually see how it goes. But yeah, it's I'm excited, man. Like again, I'm sort of like Hugo. Like I see it. And I don't have a problem with the head sculpt. I did see like a few shots. Even I saw the shots from Ryan, and he killed it. From what we actually see as far as in person photos. Anxiously waiting to see what Hugo's going to actually do for with it. I've seen a few photos. Here's the thing: is it's like again, we already know what like even production photos. It's a hit and miss depending until you get it in your hands. And once you get it in your hands and you can actually give it its own, you'll see the value of the figure itself, hence Ray. We always harken back to that Ray, Rise of Skywalker figure. That was an amazing piece. I still have it, love it. But I'm so hyped for this, knowing that it is a wired cape as well. You get the dark saber, in its iteration. The black and red aesthetic is incredible. Come on, man, Giancarlo Esposito, man, come on, man. I mean, he's just a brilliant actor, bro, all the way around.
Oh yeah.
I actually just watched his episode of Community this week, actually, when I was on vacation.
Yeah. And he's amazing on The Boys too. Like, I mean,
I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's super amazing on The Boy. That's why I was actually thinking about getting 2 of these and actually just getting one, getting like a suit and just putting his head sculpt on it, because like I said, I mean, to have him, with Homelander, that would be incredible, because like I said, he's just such a brilliant actor. He deserves a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He deserves something. He's extremely versatile. He's earned his stripes. And to have him in the universe, and then have this rendition of him is incredible. I cannot wait to get it in hand. I'm gonna be so hyped. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, bring it on. I mean, and I will have him basically next to the Death Troopers, not the Dark Troopers, but the Death Troopers. I'll actually have him next, because like their presence alone is just, to me, it's just in representation, and I love it, and on top of that, like if we're going off of what we've seen, by film or in the television show, yes, we've seen him, when they were, testing him and stuff like that, when he was in the room with all of them, but we didn't see them next to him in action. So the Death Troopers look a bit better for me. It makes more sense.
I agree.
I cannot wait. I definitely cannot wait. So yeah, I'm hype about that.
Yeah, see, like that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. I can't wait.
These Death Troopers are definitely going to skyrocket in the secondary market now.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the thing is too, he also looks great even with the standard white stormtroopers too. So it's kind of like,
yeah, I mean,
I kind of wish I picked up a second Death Trooper for right now, but I'm like, I don't think I really need it, but it would be cool nonetheless.
Now, did you guys ever watch Revolution? Because he was also in that.
No.
I'm guessing no. It was 2
Do the right
seasons.
thing, bro.
Oh,
right
gosh,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, that is
Do the
well.
right thing. Definitely was to do the right thing. He's been in a couple of great films, bro. And he's just such a well accomplished and a phenomenal actor. So yeah. I see him. I definitely see him in these photos. I do.
I see him too. I think he looks great. I personally think he looks great.
He looks great.
Yeah, I would recommend you guys maybe watch that show one day if you
Revolution
ever can. Yeah, it was really cool. Like the basic premise was like the world lost electricity. Like the whole world is there's no electricity anymore. And it's cool because it factions start spawning and chaos ensues everywhere because there's no electricity, period. And he's a character in there, and it's cool because they kind of do like flashbacks of like who the people were like now when we had power, like electricity. And
wasn't he in Maze, the Maze Runner, the Maze? What was it? The Maze.
I only watched the first one of that.
Yeah, he was in I think he was in the second one or the third one. Like, he was in that with the chick who
I didn't
plays
know there was
Alita.
more than one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but he was in that as well. So yeah.
Oh, well, he was really cool in that show. He became like this. He became somebody, but it was neat in the flashbacks. He was like a insurance salesman and a pushover, you know, real kind of cowardly. But then in the world of no electricity, he's like this badass, and it's really cool. It's like it's cool, man. You guys have to check it out sometime if you ever have a chance. But yeah, I love him. I love him as an actor and everything he's been in, and I think he looks spot on, man. Jay said he had to reboot his computer, so we'll go ahead and just kind of move on from that because you know, obviously Django also hit, and just kind of a brief gloss over on that one as well. I'll just stick with you, Lael, on that. This is, like you said, on the way as well.
Well, actually, he's here. He's right there.
He is here.
Yeah, he arrived today. Technically, he wasn't supposed to arrive till Monday, but I told you, like with Toys Wonderland, sometimes if they send it DHL, they'll get it. It'll get here a couple days early. And Django arrived today. The other figure will be here on Monday, possibly tomorrow, because sometimes they do even deliver on Sundays, which is crazy. But yeah, but Django did arrive. I just haven't taken him out the box. Saw a couple of reviews on him, but I mean, it's to be expected. And I was, I didn't even know that it actually came with 2 jetpacks, which
Yeah.
but makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So definitely glad to see that. But yeah, man, I'm life fulfilled. Now we go into celebration. Hopefully we'll see some companion pieces, hopefully. That we can stick next to him besides Count Dooku. But other than that, yeah, I'm really, really excited to get him out the box. Hopefully I'll be able to do it the next 2 days. If not, I just got so much to do between now and Tuesday. So yeah, it's I don't know.
Right. It's like crunch time right now. And
yeah, it is. It's definitely crunch time. But yeah, man. I mean, we waited. I mean, remember we got the delay message saying that it was going to be delayed until I think, what was it, January or I'm not January, June, July or something like that. But yeah, that quickly changed. So
quickly.
Yeah, definitely happy about that and happy to have that piece in finally. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm definitely excited for it. And again, another head sculpt that caused a lot of controversy because there was a lot of people complaining about it, said that it wasn't, spot on. And I'm like, well, he was 20 years younger. I mean, so what do you expect? You know what I mean? He's not going to look like the renditions that we got now with the clones and stuff like that. Even, if you're looking at it, by film, he was basically in episode 2, which, Anakin then aged into episode 3. And, we got a much older version with the clones, so again, I mean, you can't, the head sculpts, it's going to look a bit younger, 20 years younger. So it's to be expected. I'm kind of glad. And I like the simple fact that there's differences between all 3 head sculpts, him, Rex, and Cody. I like the differences between because, it's, it gives them a bit more of an element. So I like that, but yeah, I can't wait.
We don't want him to be like identical because then
we definitely don't want him to be identical, man. Like straight O's. I like the variances, so I'm hyper. I'm just so hyped to have it here, man. And I can't wait to open the box.
Yeah, me too. Mine are both of them are actually on the way for me. What do you think, Hugo? Do you think the sculpt's good?
I do. The people I think that complain honestly probably don't watch Star Wars as much as they say that they do, because that picture right there is when he says, "Pack your things, we're leaving." That is the photo. That is the moment where that sculpt is taken from. And just like you said, Leo, this is years before any of the clones have aged, and they also have aging properties, as you know. So what you see in Revenge of the Sith is going to be quite a bit different. So as I've said, I'm a huge proponent of the people that bitch the loudest will never get them in the first place. That's fine, and they can just continue to be upset in the same little pants that they got mad in. That's fine.
Mario then as well. Well, actually, Kiko, I mean, so are you picking him up then too? I was curious.
Am I back with my mic? Sorry.
Yeah, you're back.
Actually knocked it out. But yeah, I actually got my shipping notification on, I guess, Friday night. Wait, what is the day? Yeah, Friday night. And it was I got my charge on Friday morning. It was shipped Friday night. It will be here in just a couple days. I don't know if it'll make it before celebration, but yeah, I'm so super happy to be able to get in this. I actually own the Sideshow version of him, and so much unfair hate. I don't understand why. And I thought about, do I want to sell the Sideshow one to keep this one? And I think I'm not. I think I'm going to keep it and put the little Shaw on and put the head sculpt on and let him back one figure. And then, just kind of, I'll essentially have 2 versions of Django, and you can have
go
with that.
There you go.
As you mentioned,
that would be cool.
2 different backpacks. It makes sense to me. So yeah, this is a great release. Anything Mandalorian looking is always going to be a plus. And so, I mean, this is the OG. This is the OG one. So this is fantastic.
That's very true. That is very true. And it is. It's a Mandalorian too. So you can even couple them with, any Mandalorians just for fun. Just
that T-square visor. When you see that, you know exactly what that is. So that's fantastic.
Know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Mario, then, my friend.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts? And I mean, it's funny because I know you're gonna buy it, but not everybody knows that.
Well, everybody should know that. I mean, I've got everything coming.
They should know that. They should.
This is definitely. Yeah. I didn't order this from Sideshow or overseas. I got this actually from my from comic shop. So to me, whenever they get it is when they get it, and I'm completely content with that. I think the sculpt looks like exactly how it's supposed to, but I think what might be throwing some people off is probably the hair. Because I've heard many complaints about the sculpt, how it just looks like I don't know, people just thrashing it. And in my opinion, I just think it's the hair that kind of like just gives it a completely different look. But looking at his face, I think that it's still the same look that we already got with Cody, to be honest, but the hair is just a little bit different. But I really like all the extra accessories that he comes with, man. I didn't know that he came with the extra.
Add that little headset thing
dome.
on. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, the swappable dome in the helmet that actually has a dent in it, and all the little weathering that comes like all over the figure too. I think it looks great, man. I'm really looking forward to having this in the collection as well. I mean, Django is a pivotal part in the entire story with the clones, so he was like he's daddy, you know what I mean? So you gotta I don't know. In my opinion, this is one that needs to be in the collection, in my personal collection. So
Mama Wanda and Daddy Django, quite a couple.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we don't have much prequel stuff either.
Mhm.
So it's well, that's about to change, but you know what I mean, like
like I said earlier, man, it
wow.
was nice to see Hot Toys actually show some love to Attack of the Clones. I mean, first of all, it's the 20th anniversary as well, and this is number 3 actually in Attack of the Clones right now. So yeah, it's nice to see all the sexual love. Phantom Menace, you only got what 2 with just Maul and Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Sith, we just got Cody, Anakin. No, yeah, 2 versions of Anakin, Cody, and Obi-Wan, and yeah, I think the prequels can use a little bit more love. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Carlos, the $5 super chat. Let's see what this one says. Thank you very much, Carlos, by the way. It says, I'll say it, in these little pants that hold a big package, this figure.
He's trolling me. He's trolling me.
He is trolling.
Carlos is doing what
so
Carlos
much,
does best, man.
Yeah,
He's
I love him. I love him. I love him. Jay, welcome back, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm streaming from my phone right now because my computer is bugging out completely. Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, just fine.
Perfect. Okay, so this works. Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Hey.
Well, before I continue, I need to bring up MandalorianHuntress, as always. She says, I'm just a simple woman trying to make my way in the 6th scale universe. And I would like to say that today is her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday, Mandalorian Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Everybody in the chat and so on and so forth. So I'm glad
Should we
that
all
you're
start
here.
singing?
As
Get you
always.
something
1,
nice.
2, 3.
No, we don't need to sing.
I certainly don't sing.
You
sing.
guys can sing.
Happy
I'm not
birthday
I play
to
guitar.
you. Nah. All right, we'll get the guitar out, man. You gotta do something special for her. Come on.
I'm not gonna grab the guitar right now and go play because
Fine.
it's
It's your
not
show,
an
bro.
acoustic
You do
and you
you.
gotta
You
hook
do
it
you,
all
man.
up and this and this and that. Okay. Anyway, happy birthday, of course.
Happy birthday.
Yes. So Jay, I'm gonna briefly yes on Django. I'm totally giving you the shaft, and yes on Moff Gideon. Yeah, thoughts good. You got them. They're coming.
They're coming. Yeah, I can't wait. They're coming. I'm just waiting for Toys Wonderland to finally drop them off so they can be coming to me. I got the shipping notice, but they're still in Hong Kong, so we'll see. We'll see them when they get here. But yeah, I got them coming, and from what I'm seeing from the pictures, they look good. They look really good. I just can't wait to get my hands on them. I've been waiting for the Moff Gideon for a minute. And I'm actually going to meet Giancarlo pretty soon next month at AwesomeCon. So it'd be great to get it in hand so I can have him sign my box. So that's going to be great. But yeah, man, the figures look dope. I can't wait for them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Real quick, Carlos, my man, $10 super chat. Appreciate it so much, brother. Says, happy birthday. Mafia, can we get a bicep flex as a birthday gift? This guy, bro, I'm like an engineer, bro. I don't got no muscle, but here you guys go. Yeah, man, I don't work out, man. I'm lazy. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. That's good, man. All right, so let me. We got a few topics to hit, but I want to talk about briefly because it's been kind of crazy with. As I was saying, we're getting a lot of releases now. We're getting a lot of releases now.
Yeah.
And
Finally.
Bo-Katan should be next. Well, finally, but it's also kind of a double-edged sword too, right? But
Yeah.
I think next on docket is Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
So just kind of wanted to do a quick refresher of her. Jay, since you're back, let's continue with you. Now I know we don't have final product photos yet.
Yeah.
Do you think this head sculpt's going to change? Are you happy with the way it is?
I'm hoping. I mean, no, I'm not happy with it. Like I said, I've met I met Katie Sackhoff a couple of times, and she, her jawline. She got a pronounced jawline, but it ain't like that. Come on, not at all. So I'm hoping we definitely get really hoping we get an updated head sculpt on this. Because I like the figure. I love the character. So I think. I mean, I remember seeing some pictures of it a couple months back. I don't know if that was somebody doing some Photoshop wizardry or something.
Yeah. So, I always got to do this.
No, there were rumors that there was a rumor, but that was just bullshit.
So yes, there was nothing. They haven't updated as far as we know.
No.
At all.
Damn.
So yeah.
I mean, maybe this will be a surprise like they did what head sculpt was that? When they surprised us with the Jake Gyllenhaal head sculpt at release. Maybe they'll do something like that.
That was different though, because he didn't have a head sculpt.
They updated the Professor Hulk one, I know, right before they did that one.
Ray and Kylo,
yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? And I've been saying it all this time, right? Like the whole thing about with all these new companies coming up, and jumping into one scale, with Queen jumping into 1/6 scale, there's no more room for jacked up head sculpts, no more room for questionable head sculpts. And if you look, they've really been paying a lot of attention to detail with that. I think the last couple of releases that we've gotten, the head sculpts have been pretty much, I think we can all agree they've been pretty much on the money, or pretty much very good. So I really think that they'll go in and do some work on this one. I mean, Katie Sackhoff, it is kind of, I think with certain individuals, their likeness is a little bit harder to capture than others. And that may be a thing with this one. But even so, we need to get something better than this, hopefully. So I think the biggest question is, if we do get if we get this same head sculpt, is that going to be, is people going to be coming out with pitchforks and, sending hate mail to JC Hong and everything? I hope not.
The saving grace for this is that it's a helmeted figure. I mean, it's a Mandalorian figure. So that's a saving grace. If people really say this sucks, they can just throw the head on. Yeah. I mean, I know personally for mine, I'm certainly going to keep the helmet on just because it's cool. It's a much cooler look. I think the head sculpt is fine, but if people really do get upset about it, I think there's an out, if you will.
Yeah. And they may and Hot Toys may look at that the same way. So yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see.
No, I agree. I'm hoping that will change. Leia, what are your thoughts, man?
I tend to not be as vocal, to be quite honest, because I just kind of leave it in the hands of those who, create these things, the sculptors, the ones who do the tailoring, just the artists in general. So I just leave it in their hands, and whatever we get is whatever we get. In my opinion, I'm just, I'm definitely picking this up. She's already paid off. I cannot wait to have her with Cosca Reeves, with Ahsoka Tano, of course the Mandalorian version, and also Fennec Shan. I cannot wait to have all of them in hand. I'll probably pose them all together. Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. Look, we already know that post-production or not post-production, but when we get basically the prototypes, they'll look a certain way. There's certain angles where I can actually see Katie Sackhoff.
Like right there. Even.
There.
She's there.
There's certain angles that I can definitely see her. And also we have to go. Just think about this. Sometimes like they over edit photos, so sometimes it doesn't look as great. But once you get in the hand, it'll be different. And I'm pretty sure that they've heard all the complaints or the concerns. But I think they're going to do a good job. I think they're going to nail it. And I'll be the first one to say yeah, because I love this figure. I love the character. Yes, again, the out is it does have the helmet. It is a helmeted figure. I will pose her with both on and off. You know what I mean, just to kind of capture a couple photos as much as I can. But yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited that we're getting these figures. I'm excited, and I applaud the artists who take a lot of time to time and effort to try to give us as much quality as they can. So yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too, man. I really am. And I love Battlestar Galactica. I know it's Star Wars, but still, that's how I got to know her. And so it's kind of like the same thing, like, with Moff Gideon, right? You're like, oh,
and
that's
she's such a geek, bro. Like, she's really into this stuff. You know what I mean? So I love, that's just a bonus. So I love that.
And I didn't realize either because, I was kind of late to the party on that, but I didn't know she voiced her in the Clone Wars either.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's even doubly cooler.
Bo-Katan all around.
Yeah, it's very cool. And so moving on with Kiko, I know we talked just briefly on it, but I mean, are you excited for this figure as well?
Yes, once again, back in the day one pre-order that I have on this one.
So
it's cool, man. The colors are awesome. I think someone mentioned in the chat, about the owls. I think that's a really cool aesthetic, and just showing some representation, to the female characters. I think what they'd said just a minute ago, being able to put Fennec together with Ahsoka and Bo. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, just this aesthetic, the teal and the gray and the white. I mean, that is super cool. And
that's really good.
I mean, just from an aesthetic standpoint, if say the head sculpt comes out and it looks like John Cena, then go ahead and throw that helmet on there, and you got that picture right there, which looks fantastic.
Right, which is
you got
phenomenal.
a sick Mandalorian figure, and I'm going to be happy to have it for sure.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, yeah, and of course Mario's picking it up, but
yeah. No, I mean, I agree with everyone's points that they made. I've got this one paid off as well, and so whenever it gets here, I think she looks great. The outfit definitely translated really well in live action, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's one thing I wasn't expecting, was how well it was going to translate from animation to that episode of Mandalorian. Fantastic.
And this is one of those figures that's going to be hard, because I really appreciate a great head sculpt with a helmeted figure, because I like to tend, most of the time I tend to display the figure with the head sculpt on while holding the helmet. There's just something about that look that I really, really like. But the thing is there are some that look even better, in my opinion, with the helmet on, regardless of how well the sculpt looks. Case in point, in my opinion, Captain Rex. I did display him with the helmet off, for a while, but I just recently popped the helmet on. I was like, damn, he looks, to me, he looks even better. So I think I'd be good either way. I can appreciate Leo's opinion when he mentions that, while staying fairly quiet about his thoughts about the sculpt, and just really appreciate what the artists have done. I think some of us are within that same boat also, but at the same time, I think if we could provide constructive criticism in a civil manner, right, provide that constructive feedback, then I think there's always room for improvement. Whether or not we get it, I'm good either way. If we do get it, it's going to be a nice surprise, because I'm sure a lot of collectors will be happy. I'm sure there's going to be some that aren't. There's some collectors that may say, look, it's still off. There's still something about it, but then again, in me personally, I just think that I'll end up displaying her with the helmet on, and again, with Leo bringing up the point with the rest of her crew, they're gonna look great, man. Everybody next to each other, man. That's gonna be a sick ass display, man.
Even Axe Wolves, even though he didn't really get treatment, I'm still getting it, because it's gonna be an incredible figure, bro. It's gonna a nice piece to have all three of them in hand, and I'm definitely gonna love it, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Definitely.
I plan on doing something a little crazy with it. I want to have her and Cosca Reeves and Axe Wolves and some of the Death Watch I have anyway, and just kind of have them all just all mandoed out. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would just look sick, man. I mean,
there's plus too, with the history she has with Ahsoka too. It's like, that's another plus when we get the Mandalorian version of Ahsoka. You just have her pose with that one too.
It's gonna look great.
There's all kinds of different ways to display.
And that's the thing, is like, the beauty of all this is that we can kind of recapture and we can create our own our own rendition. Like, it doesn't have to be something that we've actually seen. We can do something different. Like, maybe it was something that happened with them off camera, things that we didn't actually see, things that we've probably heard about. Like, I mean, you could just kind of recreate and do whatever it is you want. So I mean, that's the beauty of it. Like, it doesn't always have to be scene by scene. You just kind of reimagine your own scene, now, and I think that would be incredible. Like, I love stuff like that, where you could just.
Isn't that what we did when we were kids?
Yeah,
exactly. That's the joy of
Come on,
playing
my
with
G.I.
toys,
Joes are
man.
hanging out with my Star Wars, and I'm doing whatever. And
yeah,
you're absolutely right.
That's it,
yeah,
man.
definitely, man.
Yeah, this is. Oh, Metamorphic Customs, Desi, dude, my man, what's going on, dude? Is this the only Hot Toys I've been and remain vocal about? That head sculpt is just not doing it. I'll wait for the final product though to make my decision.
Fair
Hell
enough.
yeah, that's all we can do. I think at that point, right? We'll wait, and I would also like to say that it's cool because with a lot of these helmeted / sculpted figures, as we mentioned, it gives us opportunity. So even if and I'm not saying that they should slack by any means, but if you're not quite satisfied with the sculpt, like Mario's mentioning, I mean, like, you throw that helmet on, they're equally as badass, if not better. Some people don't even want a head sculpt, just want the helmets. So yeah, it's interesting though, because I know she's coming. We all do. She's next up on the list, but it's interesting to hear everybody's thoughts, man. So I want to kind of move on though to what I was thinking about earlier. I started kind of making just some little overlays here for you guys to talk about, because I don't always day one overseas, right? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Fair point. We can do, it's just not all the time for me. So it's interesting because the one time I haven't done it in a while, and then I just gotten Django. He's on the way, and Moff Gideon, but Django's already shipping from Sideshow. People have got their shipped notice. So it got me kind of thinking, and I kind of brought up these figures here. Now, with Maul and Ahsoka on the bottom, meaning, they weren't quite as quick, but within like 3-4 weeks, which is pretty quick from Sideshow as a turnaround. But these, if you guys remember last September, October, these guys all came out, and then Sideshow just had them. They're like ready to go, like within the week, which is what we're seeing now again, with Django. So I wanted to ask you guys on that, because it just really got me thinking, and I'll stick with you on this, Mario, just to kind of roll back forward on it. Is it really worth kind of trying to do day one overseas? There are some advantages to it, but it's like for me, it kind of sucks in a weird way, because, well, not really in a weird way, but like, I pay you. That's one of the advantages, right, of getting something overseas right away, right?
The day one tax.
Right. You're paying that premium to get something now, whereas we're used to waiting 3-4 months, sometimes longer, through Sideshow. And it just seems like it's a gamble, because all of a sudden you're like, oh man, now Django's shipping. So, but I didn't know that. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of an interesting, thought that I had earlier, and I was wanting to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't order from overseas unless it's something that's been like long sold out, and if I'm collecting backwards. I have in a sense, and I've had a decent experience with it. I don't do it just because I'm always afraid of what if something happens, the inconvenience of shipping something back, and then just the turnaround, to receive it, to receive a replacement. As to where if I can do it domestically, I've never had any problems where if something's defective, I can just send it back. And granted, it just happened to me with Ahsoka, actually. There was a rip in the suit. I showed Sideshow the photos, and then like, okay, we're going to send you a new body. And then I got a new body within a couple of days. Didn't even have to send the old one back, so I can go ahead and pose her all I want, man. It's going to be fun. So stuff like that is why I don't typically order from overseas. And on top of that, for me personally, I can wait. I don't really see any incentive to ordering day one unless you're just one of those collectors that have to have it right away. I mean, y'all might need some help with that, but you guys do you. Me personally, knowing that this is coming out, whenever it comes out, I can still get it at retail. Granted, there's sometimes when they actually show up in a second batch, still at a lower price from Sideshow, from what I've seen sometimes, or if there's some of these things get discounted early, heavily, which is also a bit of a gamble too, in the sense in which for us that are actually pre-ordering domestically, you know what I mean? Because then by the time we get it, it's already heavily discounted elsewhere. Just point out to the Mark 85 battle damage, right? By the time it started shipping out from Sideshow, it was already discounted overseas. And then that thing is going for what, like 200 and
a lot of the iron
or something
armors
like that?
are very, very cheap.
Yeah.
250.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And by the time it comes over here, domestically, it just, we're just paying retail. So it's actually a gamble either way. I mean, when you think about it like that. But I think it definitely is a gamble. It's not a gamble that I'm personally willing to take. But for those who are actually doing it, y'all continue to do you. That's cool. I mean, that's great that you guys are doing it. But me personally, nah, I can't do it.
No, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. And it's before I get into it real quick, I have a $2 super chat. DJN, thank you so much, man. Said, yo, 'twas an ultimate universe, ultimate multiverse with our figures as kids. Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, my man. Yeah, we just played with whatever we had. We mixed and matched. It was all sorts of fun. I agree that it's kind of interesting because there are pros and cons to things, like especially if you have somebody who's like reputable and reliable overseas and you're willing to pay that, by all means. I've always been a proponent of saying, you don't need to, in the sense that you may feel like you may miss out, right? Waiting. Because it's very, very rare that a situation like that occurs in the States, or particularly a Sideshow, where I don't feel like you need to buy it from like a FOMO perspective, right? Because you are paying that premium, and it will be here in the States given time. But yes, some of us, we just want it, and that's fine. If you want it just because you want it, like right now, that's within everybody's rights. You know what I mean? Because we all do it from time to time. Yeah. So, but again, it's tricky, and sometimes it's hit or miss, and you never know. And it irritates me sometimes because in this case, like if I had the foresight, if I would have known that Django was ready to ship like now.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020, bro.
That's that's the whole gambling thing. I think we would all love if Sideshow just had everything ready, but
dude, yeah,
that would eliminate everything.
And I'm sorry to chime in on that.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and the thing is with that, what sucks about Sideshow is the fact that you can pre-order something day one. Like I pre-ordered Ahsoka day one.
So did I. Paid in full.
Paid in full, and I'm still waiting on it. I have one. I got it from Sideshow. Got it from I got it from Toys Wonderland. But my one from Sideshow that I pre-ordered like almost 2 years ago, I'm still waiting on. And here's the thing: there's some people that probably went and put their order in a couple of days after it came out, after it was released, and they probably got it. So it's a gamble just buying stuff from Sideshow if you're going to get it, or if you're going to get it, in a couple of weeks. Are you going to be in those first couple of batches, or are you going to wait 3 months? And that
it's kind of what Beskar's kid's saying right there. Like not all is going out, which
not all is going out,
which is bad. But well, let me think here on that one, because it is like they do stuff like that, right? They'll give us like a little batch on some figures, and then I feel like it's like, oh, hey guys, look, it's out, it's shipping, and then people then go in and get their, put their pre-orders in at that point, and then they're then waiting like the usual time after that, almost like to kind of lure you in. And I don't know if that's their intention or that they just can't secure large quantities up front because it's very costly, so they get a small first and then give people. I'm not sure, but what are your thoughts, Kiku, on all that? Do you think it's a kind of a gamble there, or buying, sticking with Sideshow, or maybe going overseas ventures, or
it's a gamble for sure on any side of the aisle, whether it is that you're going to gamble in hope that Sideshow comes through for you. And I know a lot of people are talking, well, if you're outside of the US, it doesn't really make any sense. You can kind of go do whatever you want, and then whatever best fits your situation, go that route. And as I've always said, whatever fits your situation and the way you collect, let that be the way you collect. Don't ever let anybody anywhere influence how you collect. I know we
Absolutely.
as YouTube people and just collectors in general, we are heavily influenced by what people say or do or fake internet points, whatever it may be. And that can sometimes be a bummer, because I wish that we didn't live in a world that was so complicated to where we had to impress people just for the hell of it. That's something, a topic for another conversation. But going back to it is about whether or not it's a gamble to get something from Hong Kong or from the States here. I am done from my own personal experiences that I am no longer gambling at all with the Hong Kong overseas sales at all. So for about the past year and a half, I'd stopped going Sideshow because I got tired of the waiting, and I was like, where's it all at? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go and play this game and try it. I remember the first figure I ever got was the original Mark 85, not the battle damage, but the original one. And I was like, okay, let's try this out. And it came. Okay, good. And so I had, you guys know I have several figures. And so as they started to come in, I was like, okay, maybe this is the way I might do things. Yeah, I'm paying a little bit more now, but that's okay, because I know I'm getting it and it's coming here. And my thing, and I want to be real careful about how I say this so I don't sound like a complete asshole.
No,
but
by all means, be you. I'm not saying you're an asshole. I'm just saying,
right. If I come off as an asshole, I guess I'm an asshole. But the thing is with that is that, to me, it does not matter if I was paying $200 over retail so I could get something soon, or paying the Sideshow price. Where I lost confidence in certain resellers is the dishonesty. And that's where I really draw the line. And I've always valued honesty and transparency, to be truthful. That's all. I think any humanity deserves truth. That's kind of the way it needs to be. But when you specifically lie to me several times and you're like, what are you talking about? Spill the tea. Well, I'll give you just a simple overview. And not all transactions were bad by any means. Like I said, I got a lot of figures in there from overseas, but things started to go a little bit awry, and I started scratching my head a little bit. Mainly my first instance, and this happens, I get that. So I pre-ordered, I got not pre-ordered, but Rex was released. I bought Rex, and literally the next day it had dropped $50 US dollars. And I was like, yo, I'm just a little disappointed that, that you haven't even shipped this yet, and it's already cheaper than when I got it yesterday. And they're like, yeah, we do this based on market demand fluctuations. Sorry about that. I'll give you a promo code to where you can get some better shipping, next order you get. I'm like, okay, I guess that's okay. But still, that felt a little bit shady, but they explained it to me, and I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Never got the promo code, by the way, and I should have known that might have been a red flag. But then there's more and more things started to happen to where I would say, okay, are you shipping this? And people would ghost, and they wouldn't be really truthful with me. And then I was like, where is this stuff at? Oh, here's your fake shipping notice, but it never goes. I mean, it's when you start to get FedEx, when it gets dropped off at FedEx, and it lets you know that. So I don't know if these people understood that. I know if you're lying to me. I was like, hey, has that thing been dropped? So let's fast forward to Ahsoka. Ahsoka came out, and it all was, I was like, oh, I need this. This is the one I need.
Your mic dropped out again.
Oh, no. You there?
Right at the good part.
I know. I was like,
I'm getting fired up.
Got some experience here or something. Yeah.
Everybody good now?
Yeah, I think you're good.
I got to watch legs. I got a really shitty cable here. Anyway, with that being said, is that Ahsoka came out, and I messaged them. I said, hey, are you able to get me an Ahsoka and Maul? I was like, okay, you're going to get a 2-for-1 here, reseller. And I said, can you get me an Ahsoka and a Maul? And they said, yes, absolutely. They told me the price. I put the thing in, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And I said, great, get it here whenever. And I understand shipping and handling. You have to get these things, especially if you're a company. Let's get all this stuff together, and maybe you'll take them all to the post office that one day. Cool, that's fine. So 3 days go by. I get the shipping notification. All right. And it says label created. Right. Okay. Well, I can create a label in my house. Okay. And so 10 days go by, and I said, where is, and I got the receipts if you ever need them. I said, hey, have you got a chance to drop this off? Is it going to be shipping this week? Oh, it's already dropped off. I'm like, is it now? I'm like, well, I haven't gotten an update from FedEx, so let me know. Okay. Another 5 days go by, and I was like, hey, is it possible to cancel this? Because I don't want this anymore. I paid specifically to get this quicker, and it's not being shipped yet. And they said, oh, sorry. Your it got held up in customs. I was like, well, according to FedEx, it's not even been taken to customs yet.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So I'm like, maybe there's a language issue, going back and forth of kind of the technicalities. I'm like, cool, let's figure this out. And they're like, well, we're gonna go ahead and ship your mall. I'm like, okay, fine, ship your mall. So they ship mall. I get the thing from FedEx saying it's been dropped off and it's en route and it's Alaska, hits myself here in the States. Mall shows up. Another 10 days. Where the hell is Ahsoka? Hey, it's coming. Well, I thought you said it was in stock when I asked you, and you told me that it was in stock. You even told me that you had dropped it off already. You even told me that it was held up in customs. How many of these figures do you have for me that you keep dropping off and not having? And so when I kind of started to put the math together, I'm like, look. And then when I finally got Ahsoka in, it was not in the same packaging that I usually got it from. What had happened, in my opinion, and if this person never wants to correct me on this, feel free. I think that they started shopping around because Ahsoka's an in-demand figure. They didn't have a figure, so they were looking for it. They had to get it from somewhere else, slap their name on it, send it to me, and that's what took 30 plus days for me to get a figure that I could have gotten from Sideshow because they started shipping early. We know that. And so that was my gamble.
Wow.
And when I catch you in a lie and then you lie again about it, telling me those things, that's what I said, okay, it's not a money issue at this point. It's a trust issue. And if you're not going to be straight with me, if you simply said, hey, my man, I'm so sorry, we don't have it right now. It got held up. I'm trying to get it from somebody. I'll get it to you. Be straight with me. Don't lie to me and tell me that you have it. Don't lie to me and tell me you dropped it off. And if this person's listening, because I know you've listened to some of these streams before, contact me. We'll talk about it. But I just think that's messed up, that I am paying good amounts of money. I've sent thousands of dollars overseas to get some of these figures, but you will never get another one of my dollars if you're not going to be truthful with me. So that's the gamble you take. And because it's not a legit company, it's a reseller. But with Sideshow, you can have some, Better Business Bureau and different things like that stateside to kind of help from those situations. So that's my personal story. Thanks for letting me rant a little bit, but I will not be taking that gamble
anymore.
You got
kind of the shaft.
Yeah.
But there are many out there.
Kiko, did you actually disclose? Did you actually disclose which reseller, or do you wish to?
There's everyone knows there's a few out there that are a little bit shady. Everyone knows that there's some that are got a beautiful reputation. And I don't think you have to look real hard at some of my other videos and different things that, I've kind of not promoted, but say, hey, I've gotten this figure before from here. You can probably figure that out. I'm not going to be a complete asshole, because if there is a misunderstanding and this person does want to reach out and say, hey, let's fix this, cool. But I just want to say, just know that my other thing, well, that's the other one, is that they said they also had another figure because it's happened 3 times. I got fooled 3 times. I was needing space. I wanted Space Wizard. Okay. The Ebony Maw figure.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah. And so I was like, okay, I need this. Let me get it here. And once again, it's kind of mysteriously never came. And I was like, where's my figure? I was like, oh, the box was damaged. We're getting a new one. We'll give it to you. But then magically a certain YouTuber gets one before me. And I said, okay, so they get theirs, but I don't get mine. I don't like that. And so I understand, like, if people will give them shout outs and things like that, and, they get more business and bigger discounts and things like that. And then the other one, last thing I'll say, here's number 4, is when they started to there was a photographer that was on Instagram, and they had been taking pictures for this reseller, and then I guess they rubbed them the wrong way, and they went and made a weird post about how they were shady and things like that, and how, hey, it's not worth the free stuff you give me, and kind of disclose like what their package deal was to take some photos. And they had asked, this reseller had asked me to use my photos. I certainly wasn't getting the same deal that this person was. And so that also made me feel a little bit shady, is that, I let you use some of my photos and some of your, web pages and things like that. And, like I said, I don't care about the money. It's not that. It's the honesty and being shady and doing things for other people that may benefit you more, type of thing. That's my issue, is that if you're going to be a business, I understand there are partners that you have. cool, do stuff with partners, but don't manipulate people and try to do things like that. That really irks me a little bit. So long form to say, I will not be going overseas anymore. If you do have serious concerns, if you're listening and you say, hey, I'm maybe considering going with XYZ, feel free to message me. I'll chat with you about it, but I'll try to be the bigger person right here and not completely go scorched earth. But there you go.
No, that's valid, man. I mean, because there are a lot, like sometimes it's hit or miss, and it was definitely well, it sounds like it was definitely a miss for you on a lot.
4 times, man.
Yeah, it's
that's crazy.
Sorry?
Damn it.
Oh,
Drop the mic.
It's the honesty thing for me. That's, like I said, I don't care about the money. It's the honesty thing. If you'll be shady and not be truthful, that's going to be causing a problem for me.
Right. And I think we all agree on that, right? Because other than Mario, because he is just set in his ways, which is not a jab. That's you have your system. But for most of us, and a lot in the chat, we do order overseas. Again, there's a lot of different people out there, right? There's a lot of just people reselling. There's things like that. So it's crazy that there can be that kind of situation. I've had a couple here and there, but not too bad. But Leo, what are you thinking, man, about that whole situation? Because I know you and I, and Jay, we often get overseas. But do you feel like it can be a gamble?
I think any company you go through is a gamble, plain and simple. I don't pre-order right now, so I don't have to really worry about that anymore. If I want to figure, I'll wait till it's released. I don't really do reviews. I do posing videos, so it doesn't really fall, in my way. It doesn't make sense for me to have to go day one anymore. Listen, last year before last, you fall for the day one pre-orders and stuff like that. You get them from certain companies. Certain figures. I mean, as a Star Wars fan, I tend to kind of lean towards getting my figures day one through, because I'm just a fan.
Just that excitement, right? Like
just the excitement. But at the same time, I mean, I haven't pre-ordered a figure. I think, because I think I actually just, my very first pre-order in a long time actually was 2 days ago. And that's because, and I'll give you, an example. I'm gonna give you a couple of different examples of how it's a gamble. I'm not going to just say overseas. I'm going to say with any company that you go through. Give you a couple of scenarios. One is that right now, about 2 weeks ago, I've actually paid for my Anakin, my Clone Wars Anakin. And it is still now sitting in preparing the ship. Okay. So this is my thing. Through this company, they've done this time and time again. And it's an American company. I mean, this is a company that's here that I've experienced this with, that I'm actually waiting. It's not the first time they've done this. They've done this a couple of times. People who even actually ordered Cap. A lot of people actually got that preparing.
Oh, let's not forget Endgame Cap. Yeah.
No,
through Sideshow. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, like we've
Sideshow, yes. And I've been waiting for now, mind you, I'm looking on the internet now and I'm seeing that there's a lot of people who have actually gotten Django. Kiko, like you said, you got Django and it's shipped. I'm still waiting on Anakin. You feel me? And they're basically telling me they're shipping
Me
in
too.
batches.
Me too.
All right. So that's my thing is, that's where the dishonesty for me is that you're taking my money. You got my money. I've paid I've paid the shipping. I paid everything. You have it. And I'm still waiting on that figure. It's still sitting in preparing to ship. And the only excuse that you can give me is, well, we're shipping them in batches. We're shipping them in Well, if you were shipping them in batches, why didn't you just wait till I got mine and then take my money? Don't do that now.
There you go.
Because that one right there is that's not that right there. That's shady. That's really, really, really shady to me. Now, again, that's not that's not to also say that, another company is completely off the hook, because, for instance, a couple days ago, a figure was actually released. All right. Now, when it was released, first batch, the price was under $200. It was under 200. I think it was like around 280 or 260 something, 263, 264 as a matter of fact. All right.
Yep.
When they released it. Yep. Now I had points that I could have actually used and got it, but I just waited a couple days because I just wanted to see if this is what was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. That figure went from 264 now to 335,
yep.
$335. And I'm like, wow. You really did that. You really, 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 really did that. The ends don't justify the means for me. I don't care what the market share is, the market value is. Right now, you're just taking advantage of people. And this is what you did. So I decided that I'm going to take a risk again and pre-order with Sideshow and use points. Because with this figure, I know I'll get it. It's not something that I'm not in a hurry, but I know I'll get it when it's there. Once it comes, it comes. And I'm not worried about it. But the thing is, I say that to say that they're on both ends. I'm experiencing issues with no matter who I go through, whether it's, Toys Wonderland, whether it's Sideshow, whether it's Giant Toys, which Giant Toys twice took my money and then actually sent me an email and gave me a refund because they didn't even have the figure in stock. This happened twice. So you go through these companies, no matter who you go through, to me, it's a risk. It's going to always be a risk when we're buying these figures, no matter who it is. That's another reason why I stopped pre-order. The only company that I have never had a problem with is Underground Toys. With Ray. I've never had a problem with him. He gets my money whenever it's time to ship. Boom, he gets it here and I get it in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. It's just like that. I've never had a problem. And it's worth the wait dealing with someone like that. Your local comic book shops, your local comic shops and local distributors, they really go that extra mile to make sure you get the things that you want.
Absolutely.
You might get it later, but when they get it and it arrives, you get it. The packaging is on point. No problems, no issues. These other distributors, even well-known large distributors, they're taking advantage of people. They really, really are. But at the same time, like I said, it's always going to basically be a gamble. So that's why I look at it that way. I don't pre-order. Once the figure's released, that's when I'm like, all right, do I want to order from this particular company? If I want to order from that particular company, at least I know, okay, it's in stock. I just have to trust whether or not they're going to actually ship it or not. Hell, I had a issue with, Yost over at Jazz Inc., with my Ray Speeder. The first one got lost, and it wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. Through shipping, it was lost by FedEx. They lost it. Now they lost it. So then Ray sends another one. Now I'm actually just viewing it, watching, making sure that it gets here, in a timely manner. Not even timely, just that it gets here safe, plain and simple. Right. That's what I'm looking at. But for me, it's just like I said, it is. It's the thing is, like, I can't at this point. I don't trust any company if it's not like your local mom and pop, your local comic book shop, or someone that you like. Ray Underground, anybody out there, and I'll be a shill for Ray all day. Ray is phenomenal over there. Underground Toys, if you order from him, you'll get. Hell, I even shop from a Canadian spot. I got a couple figures from them, and I got it on point. It was no problems with it. Things that I got my damn, it's just kind of slipping my mind. Nick Fury and Maria Hill. I got both of those figures from a Canadian spot. I got the name of it. I'll shill from them. I know people probably have problems with them, but I've never had problems with them at all. If I want certain figures, especially Grail pieces that I haven't, gotten or, I haven't had in a long time. It's Toy Square. I don't know if anybody's
I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, it's Toy Square. They're over there in Canada. You order from them, you'll get it. Now the shipping might be but I got it and it was no problem at all. And it was on point. So I think this, whoever you choose, you just got to be careful and just like, get some more feedback and some information from them. I just know that if some of these companies keep going the route that they're going right now, a lot of people are just going to cash out and be like, you know what? I'm just not dealing with you anymore. I'm just going to go a totally different route. Nothing against like you and how you practice, but the thing is, it's like, and I'm looking at this point, Sideshow and Toys Wonderland have put a bad taste in my mouth. They really, really have, because both of them have screwed me over a couple times. But I mean, it is what it is. If it is a gamble when we want certain figures. And I just think that that's just the way it happens. So I mean, and it's, what, regardless if we talk about it, it's not going to stop. Honestly, It is not going to stop. It's going to continue. That's the sad part, is that it's going to continue. So.
I agree. I agree. I am a real quick. I got a $2 super chat from Carlos. My man, thank you so much. It says, I've had 0 issues with Toys Buying Agent.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I can totally attest to that.
Me, Jay,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Toys buying agent. That's Tim Cent.
I
stand up,
also,
man.
I'm not going to
Never had
shill
problems.
either, but I do want to give a shout out because someone messaged me and they said, "Tell me who it is." But they were worried about 1/6 Kit. I can confirm 1/6 Kit is legit. And
Oh, they are
Absolutely.
legit.
yeah, they've been doing it for
legit.
years. No
And they are
issues.
on point. You'll get things that you can't even imagine you would actually find anywhere else through them, and you can get it. Like 1/6 Kit, I'll shill for 1/6 Kit and Underground Toys. I've had no problems whatsoever. What you see is what you get. What they say is, and the promise that they deliver, that they give you, is what they deliver, and I love it. I can hit up Ray, and the beauty about Ray is, I hit him up, and I'll be like, "Ray, are you getting this figure? Are you have this figure in?" He'll be like, "No, but let me get back to you." A day later, he'll be like, "Okay, I got one coming. If you want it, let me know." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I got you," and that's it. That's
Hell
the beauty
yeah.
of Ray. Things that I can't find, figures that I want, I can go through Ray and get it, and it's worth the wait. You know, I'm getting the tumbler through him. I'm getting both Captain Carter and, you know, the Hydra Stomper through him.
Okay.
You know, I'm getting my Loki through him. And it's worth it. It's definitely worth the wait. Even when I told him about the I had a problem with, well, when Sideshow finally dropped that quarter scale statue of Mando, and I was like, yeah, no, I just don't want it. I contacted Ray. I was like, Ray, I know I had this on order, but I don't want it. I was like, do you have, I said, because I don't want to stiff you out. You know, do you have, the Mandalorian quarter scale with Grogu set? He's like, I got one. If you want it, I can. I was like, yeah, I'll take that, bro. Because I want to make sure. Ray, he sends me that, bro. But then he also basically sends me a gift certificate. And on top of that, he knew it was my birthday. Yeah, he sent me a gift certificate.
That's nice.
And he actually sent me a nice little card and everything for my birthday, bro.
Hey, Ray, my birthday coming up too, so
Ray,
I mean,
too, bro. Ray, I'm telling you, Ray at Underground Toys, love that guy, and it's just, I feel like it's more like an intimate relationship when you actually talk to him, because he's more like, yo, like, I want to make sure that you have, you know,
like that you're satisfied, you're happy,
yeah, like
everything.
make sure that, like he really does. Because I actually got, like, for instance, I got the Wolverine, the Sideshow Wolverine from him, and what happened was there was a problem with it was around the time during COVID, you know, like it was problems with the Postal Service with deliveries with them. He went the extra mile, got all the research, made sure that he got in contact with the right people, because I couldn't at that particular time. And he was always letting me know daily, this is, you know, hey, this is what you this is what's happening this day. It's en route. They let me know you'll have it. I'll send you over all the information. And he does just that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
no, Ray,
wondering if
Ray
you
is
knew a website there or where he could go.
Yeah, just it's underground. Yeah, it's undergroundfigures.net. That's where you want to go. Undergroundfigures.net. And just go to him. He has a lot of good pieces over there. Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah,
Ray is an absolute legend, man. He's got great prices, man. I mean, same. I have a bunch of stuff pre-ordered from him, but the only thing is that because he's on the East Coast and shipping is a little bit high. I mean, it's higher than local, but I found another guy that I go through that's giving me, like, you know, a little bit better deal. But if I could stay with Ray for everything, I absolutely would, because that's why I got a second Godfather from him, just because I didn't want to cancel it from him, because I asked him for it. I said, hey, Ray, can you put me down for this Godfather? He said, yeah, man, I got you. But then when I actually got it from 𝐂𝐍 first, I was like, ooh, should I go back and I'm like, nah, I can't. I felt like I couldn't do that, you know, to him, just because, you know, again, mom and pop shop. I feel like you don't cancel your pre-orders on them, you know, considering how well, you know, how they go out of their way to try to treat you.
Right, they take care of you. I've always been.
And I told you.
Yeah.
That
major
Wolverine,
proponent of
that Grell piece, the Wolverine from Days of Future Past, I got that from our local shop. Like, he had it. I told him I wanted it, and he was like, okay. You know, he had it brand new out the box. And I went in, I was like, I'm expecting it was going to be like, you know, because it's been out for so many years, that it was going to upsell. Bro, he gave me that thing for $180.
Shit,
and that was it.
Hell,
and I'm like,
hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. That's great, man. Well, before I move on with that, Jay, you know, you've had some ups and downs as well.
Oh yeah.
So what is your general stance? I mean, you clearly are still getting stuff, but you.
Yeah.
Now, let's make no mistake. Overseas does not mean the entire overseas. We know there's multiple people that you can purchase from. So,
Absolutely.
but your general thoughts,
I mean,
or experiences.
yeah, I'm going to be completely transparent. Probably, and I probably shouldn't be, for my own benefit, but I think I owe it to the chat, because I get hit up with these questions. I think all of us would probably get hit up with these questions a lot. I'm thinking of buying
good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of buying this figure from this company. Should I do it? Is this company good? And I tell them like, well, so I think I should tell the truth. I owe that to the people out there watching this, and I actually owe it out. I actually owe it to those shops, to those retailers. To be honest with you, I've bought a lot. I bought a lot of stuff. Through the early years, I bought a lot of stuff from like eBay and all that other stuff before Sideshow. I was buying Hot Toys before Sideshow was the official retailer, honestly. So like all my older Avengers stuff, all the older stuff is probably stuff that I bought on like eBay and stuff like that. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But where it comes to, over the last 3 years, I've gotten a lot of, I would say from 2019 up until now, I've bought a lot of stuff from Toys Wonderland. And yes, we all understand how Toys Wonderland works. If you want to get it quick and you want to get it, right then and there, yeah, there's a fee. There's a fee of getting in, and that's what spearheaded this conversation about getting it and the risk of getting things, because you may get it and then Sideshow may get it and then you pay that upcharge for nothing. Well, personally, I was tired of waiting for Sideshow. Anytime I waited for Captain Marvel from Sideshow, and I totally agree with Leo on this. There is problems on both sides with Sideshow and Toys Wonderland. There's problems. There are. I think we can all agree to that. I'll start with Toys Wonderland. With Toys Wonderland, I can't even tell you how many items I've bought from them. But I will say this: I've had more positive experiences than negative. I will say that. I owe it to them to say that. But the negative experiences were like, what? It was kind of like, oh my God. It was kind of like, what the hell, Yeah. And I don't know if those situations were now those bad things. We all know about it. I went and I put it out there because I was pissed about my Mark 85. When I got a Mark 85, I was trying to get the Mark 85 battle damage. I ended up getting a regular Mark. I was sent the regular Mark 85, missing a head sculpt. So it didn't even. It was the total different figure, and it looked like the box had been tampered with. It totally
was it the 85 battle damaged box?
No, it wasn't. It was just a regular. It was a regular. It wasn't
just a straight regular 85 box.
While we talking about this, I'm gonna go grab my Django. I just got to check because I'm scared now. Let me go check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, please do.
So I was pissed about that, especially if you wait for shipping and you try to get it in your hands. And let's face it, I mean, I'm a reviewer. I don't review a lot of new things. I pick and choose. I cherry pick how I want to do my reviews. But certain figures, especially like Iron Man, stuff like that, I want it in hand to do the review. And we all know these reviews. Come on, we all get it. It's a time-sensitive thing. We know this. That's part of the reason why we're buying it. While I'm a reviewer, I'm a content creator, so I pay that upcharge, but it's a reason why I do it. That's just what it is. So I'm fine with that. But if I do that and you give me the wrong figure and then the box looks tampered with, there's a problem. So I hit him up. And at first it was kind of like, you're going to have to send us the figure back. It's going to be a whole bunch of hoopla. And I was like, no, we're not going through this. No, we're not doing this. You need to rectify this. Look at all the stuff I bought. My Batmobile, yes, the 89 Batmobile, I bought it from them. 2019, that was my first purchase from Toys Wonderland. So I'm like, look, I've been buying stuff from you guys for over a span of 3 years. We got to just look. I know I'm not a big YouTube. My channel is still small, but still, you guys got to do something for me. This is ridiculous. Just as a customer, damn my YouTube channel. just as a customer, giving you service for all this time, giving you my money, you need to take better care of me.
Yeah.
And
regardless of favoritism.
Yeah.
Yes, regardless of favoritism, regardless of people watching, no, you need to take care of me just because I'm a paying customer. Damn this, because here it is. When I buy from them, I don't buy from. It's not from my brother cousin's account. It's from another. I'm not going to tell what It's from my private email.
Yeah.
So they were looking at me like, oh, it's just whoever. I'm like, no. This is who I am. This is where I'm buying this stuff from, and you guys need to take care of me. And I'll say this: they did. I had to pull their arm a little bit. I had to kick them a little bit, but they did take care of me. They allowed me to. They smoothed it over real good. They did. I will give them that. With that being said, and this is something that Kiko was alluded to, that whole thing of, oh no, I shipped your figure. It's shipped out, and we can see it. We're not stupid. We can see that it hasn't been dropped off.
Hasn't been picked up yet. Yeah.
Yeah, because they origin scan.
Because even if you contact DHL, they'll be like, well, what are they talking about? Like, we haven't gotten a. I'm like, you act like we can't call, because I can even call, here locally, and they can track it from here and contact them. So what are you talking about? Like, come on, man, don't do that.
That needs to stop, and that's what I'm going through this week. That's what I'm going through with Moff Gideon and them right now. It's shipped, but it's like, come on, I bought these figures Monday, and then I'm seeing everybody else getting their stuff in, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Now, if it's a queue thing, if I fell in line in the queue or people pre-ordered it before me and that's fine, completely understand. But just be open with that. But like, hey, we got your order in. We'll let you know. We created the label, but it hasn't shipped yet. It hasn't been dropped off yet. But don't say, oh no, it's been shipped. It's been shipped. Oh, and then I go look at it, and it's still a label being created, and it hasn't even been dropped off at an office in Hong Kong. That's bullshit.
and that's the without jumping back on this horse again and beating this thing to death. That's where I was. Is that if I'm paying X amount of dollars for this thing, like I said, it's not the money issue, but at the same time, I mean, you're paying for the premium. I should, when it's released in Hong Kong and they say in stock on the website now, and I go there and I get it, and I know that they're packaging that one up and sending it to certain YouTubers. When they get theirs before mine, knowing that we most likely we're both using the exact premium mail service, they should not be receiving theirs before mine. That's it. That's a favoritism thing. So just because you sent it out to somebody else and because they're going to get some people to drive it to your traffic, that is totally different than just okay, well, people just need to be patient. It's going to happen. No, I mean, I think that's what you just hit on is 100%. And that's my big frustration. Be straight with me.
Absolutely. Be straight.
Well, honesty, right, is like, the main concern. And the reason I brought it up, honestly, is because, and with 180 people in here watching,
this has turned into a spicy subject.
Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. And subscribe to all my friends here on the panel this evening if you already haven't. And any of your other favorite YouTubers out there, subscribe to them as well. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it. You may.
The reason why, the thing is, it would be a disservice if we didn't talk about this, because it's like, then we're kind of pulling the wool over everyone's, especially new collectors.
Exactly.
Especially if you're coming into this game with the expectation to, okay, oh, wow. Because here's the thing, like, I never knew Sideshow system when I first started ordering. I'd see the figure and I'm like, okay, boom. I put my money down. I buy it. Okay, when it's available, I'm thinking it's all right, it's going to ship. And then when I was seeing other people getting it before me, I was like, wow, what is? But then I actually had to realize that I was like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, because I was collecting overseas way before I got with, Sideshow and started collecting through them. When I was collecting on my my Gundam figures, like my Voltron, everything. Basically, I was collecting, over there, especially things that I couldn't get here. But it was just the simple fact that I didn't know the system. And as a new collector, I was like, wow, like now I'm just kind of understanding how it works. So it would be kind of a disservice if we didn't let these people know, like, this is what happens in this community. It's not, it's not like a walk in the park. You know what I mean? Like, we go through some ish. Yeah. Even as content creators, we go through a lot of stuff, and a lot of you guys out there receive stuff before we do. Not to say we're special. I'm not special by any means. I'm not rich.
Yeah, we're just.
But I'm just saying, like, we go through the same things that you guys go through. So this is why we're having a conversation. And the thing is, just like, you just want to see the company do. I don't wish ill will on any company because I know y'all got to basically make ends meet.
Right.
We just want to see you do better. That's it. We just want to basically see you better. And I don't like saying that like as if I'm privileged. I don't like that privileged mentality.
Right. I agree with you.
But if I'm paying $300 and something, $400 for a figure,
Yes.
I'm slightly privileged because I put that money down and you have my money.
There you go.
See,
Yes.
so that's when it's different. Like I'm paying you, you have my money, now deliver like you said you would. You feel me? So
Well, and that's
it
why
would
it's
be the
important.
service if we didn't talk about it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because I mean, and I said, you said, we all, you know, it is a community, and I just wanted to bring up because I did see from what Nathan was saying here, it's just nice to know that I'm not alone with this stuff, especially knowing even the influencers have the same issues. I'm surprised, honestly. I just want to clarify that there's a difference, I think, between influencers and content creators. So, like, because none of us, to my knowledge anyway, we're not trying to get you to go buy overseas. That's the whole point. Like, you make your decision. Do you want it now? Go ahead, by all means. It's your money. So it's a little different, but you definitely aren't alone because we all deal with this. Like, it's not, you know, we don't have that kind of like Kika was saying, we don't have this special treatment or this, you know. So it's just we're all collectors at the end of the day, and it's unfortunate that, you know, things happen like this here and there, and it's so hard, and it's like, it's important, like Lil's saying, to be able to communicate, you know, with everybody about that and share those experiences, because I too get messages, hey, should I order from so and so or this or that? And it's like, well, I can only tell you, you know, my experiences, right? And you can kind of, you know, form your opinion through that, you know, but my experience may have been great and you may not experience, you know, that's the gamble, right? Because we don't know, you know, like you said, there's, you know, with, especially with Toys Wonderland, you're like, they have given you more good than bad.
Yeah.
But they're still, you know what
Well,
I'm saying? So
they definitely, like, here's the thing is I'm not, again, like, there are some good experiences with them. You know what I mean? Like, they hit me up beginning of last week when Gideon and, you know, Django were released. And what happened was I got a second batch order notification. I'm like, whoa. For Django, I mean, for Moff Gideon, I ordered the first batch. What they realized was that there was a glitch in the very beginning that when you place the order, you place the order for the first batch at the second batch pricing. So they realized that and say, okay, you know what, you're right. Sorry. You know, it was the second batch pricing, but we're still going to go ahead and honor. Don't worry about it. It'd be shipped. And it was shipped. And they basically shipped it within a few days. And it was scheduled to be here tomorrow. I mean, on Monday. Now, mind you, I have Django here, but the other figure is still I guess it's going to be in transit to my location tonight or tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I'm still waiting on that one. But that's on DHL. That right there is on now. So I get that.
Yeah.
But they do, there's good qualities with them. There's bad qualities. Just like there's good qualities with Sideshow, there's bad. Their customer service is on par. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. When my you know, Asajj Ventress statue was broken in pieces, I called them, sent them the picture. They got the picture. They didn't even take this other box back. They just wanted me to give them the number. They sent me a brand new statue in good condition. And they even called me to check to make sure that it was okay and everything was fine. They would not call me, but they emailed me, and that was fine. You know what I mean? That was all. That was cool. You know, and I'm good with that. But it's like I said, you got to take the good with the bad with any company you go through. That's just what it is.
But the thing is, when the bad happens, how does the company actually rectify the bad? That's the thing. You know, what makes me actually go back to said company. And yeah, man, I'm just sorry to hear, you know, you guys go through what you guys actually went through. And for a lot of those reasons is why I don't want to deal with that.
does that reaffirm your position on why
absolutely. For me personally. Yes.
But though, it's not just overseas though. It's here as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's on both parts.
But like I said, when things go sideways here domestically, I'm good. I mean, when I gotta send something back or
You
request
can
a
get your
part
money back a
or
lot quicker
replacement-
if something went wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I can get a replacement or a refund, whatever, with no
I'll say
problems.
the
I get
stuff
that,
I
I
went
get that.
through with my Terminator arm, Sideshow is a champion because they let me hold that thing for like a month. They was like, look, we know it's a lot of money, but if you give it back to us, it's gone. We can't. You
How
won't be
much
able
was
to-
the arm again?
The arm was $1,600,
Okay.
and it malfunctioned within a week after opening it and everything. And they gave me a month to like make a decision. They were like, look, the best we can do is give you a 200. We can tell you to keep it broke. We'll give you, just for your troubles, we'll give you a $250 gift card. You can probably buy another figure or something like that, or you can just return it. We'll refund your money completely. They were like, we know it's a bad situation. We know you kind of wanted it. You pre-ordered it like for 3 years. Actually, they gave me 5 weeks to make a decision. And once I made that decision, I zipped it up, shipped it right back to them, dropped it off. They paid for shipping, refunded my money, and they gave me a coupon. They gave me a gift card just for my troubles. So stuff like that. I mean, of course. I mean, if anybody would say, of course, you spend that kind of money, they should treat you like that. The thing of it is, you can go to some places and spend that money and they don't treat you like that. So
Right, and that's the thing. If one time is one time too many, like for Mario in your case.
And I want to just add this. I will say this: 10 Cent. I bought Snowspeeder Luke from 10 Cent and
Toys Buying Agent.
Toys Buying Agent, and yes, it probably most likely will be here before Moff Gideon and Django Fett, and I purchased them afterwards. So that's how
much did they charge you for it?
How much that? Because he has his coupons and everything. I think it was like $330 shipped or something like that.
Okay.
So it was still a little upcharge for it, but
that's still less than what it would be right now with the other company.
Dude,
because right now they're
that's-
charging $335 just for the figure. That's not even shipping.
That's not even shipped. Wow.
Yeah, right now.
Jay,
like
that's I'm sorry, that's the one figure, man, that I'm actually tempted to go overseas with, man. But I just can't like get myself to do it though.
No. Well, I will tell you guys, and again, that's kind of why I brought it up, because Django's somewhat shipping from Sideshow, right? Some people got them.
correction, Jay. It's $367.
Holy jeez!
Wow.
Okay. Well, I got my Django for $360 shipped, like PayPal fees, all that stuff. It was just flat $360. But again, it varies, and I didn't go through a company though either. I have a friend, like legit, overseas. So I was like, okay, now I don't know if that's a great deal or not, but I was like, that's fine, because I figured after shipping and tax anyway with Sideshow, and I was like, well, Sideshow going to take 4 months to get them, and now I'm seeing he's being shipped. So I was like, son of a bitch.
I'll do you all one better. Snowspeeder Luke is $380 on the other site that I will never do business with.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I just saw that.
Too much. Real quick though, guys, before we move on, Red Green, thank you so much. $20 super chat, and thank you very much. Said I purchased Gandalf today on Anthony's suggestion, and well, thank you. And it was a fantastic experience. I asked for it as I wasn't sure how to go about getting it. I'm very thankful for his opinion. Well, thank you, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Because I got mine through SpecFiction. So, I'll show for him. So if you do buy from Todd at SpecFiction, use MAFIA, man. You'll save some
Todd's
money.
cool
Code.
too. Todd's cool too.
Todd's
He's
cool
real
guy.
cool.
And he's in the States.
Yeah.
And it's that personal, he'll go that extra mile as well.
That's
Granted, he
I
doesn't-
ordered Wonder Woman and Revan through him. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he mainly has statues. He doesn't carry Hot Toys. So if you guys are into Hot Toys, not so much.
No, he's
but
cool.
any-
He's on
the
point,
in
man.
arts and statues, yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much, Red Green. I appreciate that very much. That kind of brings me to the final topic really is that because of all this, because of the premiums of overseas, because of sometimes bad experiences, things of that nature, I was curious because Hot Toys is so far behind, and I thought how are they going to catch up, right? And we've kind of discussed this here and there. But I thought, do you think low batches will be the key for them to play catch up? Or is this a damned if we do, damned if we don't situation where if we don't, then next year the pre-order numbers is stacked even higher, and we're just kind of stuck in this waiting game forever and ever? And the reason I was thinking about it is because, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, that we got a shitload of releases, like releases, like boom, 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 boom. And I'm wondering if it's something that they're doing, and if so, are we prepared for that? And I kind of wanted to bring some things into perspective that kind of correlates with that. And if you're buying overseas, and this is some of the most recent here that I brought up that I showed for you guys, that if these are all coming, well, now some of these are like new, right? Like we got the Attack of the Clone stuff here and what have yous, but just showing base prices. These are US prices after, the markup and whatnot, before shipping, before tax and all that. But do you guys feel like this, because right now I'm feeling it personally, because we got like 4 different troopers, we got 3 Clone Wars versions, figures out. We have now Jango, we have Moff Gideon, now we have Luke. That's 10 within the last 6-7 weeks, which is quite a rapid pace from what we're used to. So I started thinking about that, and I was wondering, Jay, let me just start with you on that. Do you feel like maybe they are going to do lower runs to get things out? And if so, are you prepared financially to start picking things up like that at that speed?
I mean, it really all depends. I mean, it may get it to a point where you would have to cherry pick. To answer your question, no, I'm not. Because if this come in rapid pace, I mean, you can end up in debt big time. And I'll be honest, I'll be transparent with that too. I fall in debt, but then I fall out of debt because I just rush to start paying stuff off. Because I don't like, I have a threshold. And once I'm past that threshold, I'm like, oh no, I'm falling into the abyss. Let's start paying everything off. And then I'll just shut everything down and start paying everything off. And then once like certain cards are paid off, because I have a card that I use for all my like big Hot Toys purchases. Like I said, I have that threshold. Once I go past that threshold, or it's time to stop. And I stop for a little bit, and I don't buy anything until that card's completely paid off. And that works for me. But as of what I've been doing as of lately is I actually been just doing stuff like, paying in cash, just getting out, just pay it off, get rid of it, pay it off, get rid of it. That's the easiest way to do it for me at this point. But if everything is coming rapid, like this week was crazy, but I kind of had, I don't know, I just felt that this week was going to be a crazy week. And I took advantage of the weeks where we didn't get releases and just pretty much tried to hold myself back from buying anything or buying, NECA figures or anything like that. So I just had money hoarded and saved up because I kind of knew these 3 releases were coming. They were going to be coming back to back. And I knocked those out. Now, if you talk about what's her name? Bo-Katan dropping or Mando Luke dropping and then all these pre-orders, that can be crazy. So yeah, I mean, I think in ask that other question, I think low batches may be the way for them to do it. But I don't know. I don't know. It's all, they have to do something. They have to do something. At this point, I'm not even sure if they can keep up, to be honest with you. I think we're gonna have times where we have lulls and we're just waiting on stuff. But those are not bad times either. They're really not. I think everybody should take advantage of those times where things are not coming out and just stack your money and just wait for stuff to come. That's the bet. I think that's the safest way to go. And I would suggest, and definitely don't buy everything. If you are buying stuff if you do try to buy stuff overseas, buy that one figure that you want. Like Mario's saying, it's that one figure I'm tempted to go after.
Right, you're like, I really want to get that.
Really want. Pick your spots. That's what I do. I don't buy everything overseas. I don't do reviews.
Yeah, same.
You probably noticed. I don't do reviews on all the figures. I cherry pick my reviews. And then sometimes I wait. Some things I actually wait to come into my local comic store just because I like giving them business. And then I can wait for it. But for those figures that I really, really wanted, like the Boba 2-pack, I rushed out and got those. And I was fine with paying an upcharge because I wanted it that bad. But to do that with every release, hell no. Hell no, absolutely not. So you just got to cherry pick the things that you really want and then space out the things, because you'll be able to get everything you want at some point. You may not get it right away, but you'll get it. It'll be in the States. It'll be in stock. It'll be at SHOT Show. It'll be at your local comic book store. So if you just have to wait.
Patience. Right.
Patience is the key. Absolutely.
And that's kind of why I brought it up, because sometimes we do get into that. We're like, yeah, we want to get them. And mind you guys, everybody, watching here and on the panel, that this is just Star Wars. I only pulled up Star Wars. It took a lot of work because there's more. This isn't just it. This isn't just it. So, but and I think about that. And if this is like a standard price, and imagine buying all those overseas with what we were talking about too, even with some gambling situations there, and the markup on the premium, I'm like, dude, I could the economy's pretty shitty right now. So for me, I agree. It's like you want to be a little selective, because that is like, if you paid a markup on all of that, and all of that, and all of that. So what I'm saying is like, that's insane. Man. So, Leo, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mario. Were you saying something?
No. I was just reacting. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So moving on with Leo then. What are your thoughts, man? Is this kind of crazy? Is this overwhelming when you see these numbers? And
because I have a system of how I actually do certain things. For me, I know like a lot of people don't really. Hey, look, there's going to be a system for everybody. Like, again, Jake has a credible system that works for him. You know what I mean? Which is dope. For me, again, I do payment plans because it works for me. Because basically I know what I'm paying for. I'm paying this off. Once it's paid off, I'm over it. I don't have to worry about it. So when stuff like this happens, I already have the figure paid off. So I don't have to worry about, oh man, this is something, or they hit me all at once, with this. No, because I've already paid it off. I don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? So once I get that out the way, I know it arrived. Again, I had already paid off. I have Fennec Shand paid off. I have Ahsoka, Mandalorian paid off. I had Moff Gideon paid off. I had Django paid off. I have the Mark 5 already paid off. I have the comic book concept Iron Man paid off. So that's out the way. My Wanda's paid off. My White Vision is paid off. So all of those things are already paid off. So when they hit, I don't have to worry about it. They just have to send it. You know what I mean?
So you try to like stay ahead of the curve, essentially.
Stay ahead of the curve. So I just basically paying it. Right now, I'm not pre-ordering anything. I don't pre-order. And the only reason why I pre-ordered the Luke from Sideshow is because I had points. So with shipping on that, I think I'm getting it for $189. You know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about that. Once it drops, it drops. When it ships. I'll just pay for it, whatever. But it's all about having a system. I know people don't really like doing that. I know there's people that don't do payment plans. They don't like companies sitting on their money. But for me, it keeps me ahead of the curve. It keeps me disciplined. I get that out the way. Boom. I don't have to worry about it. When all of this actually drops, when this thing happens, I don't have to worry about it. I'm already ahead. It's done. It's over with. And on top of that, if I wait on a certain figure, then I know that I can get it at a cheaper price. Like right now, you're showing that the assault tank commander at $230, right?
Yeah, this is just U.S. retail.
U.S. retail, whereas basically I can get that same figure right now for like I'd say like $180 shipped. You know what I mean? Literally.
Wow. Yep. No, there are some to that.
But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, though, Jay. If I wanted it right now, using points, I can actually get it for $130 shipped, or I can get it for $120 shipped, just depending. So there's ways to actually get certain things. Again, you just kind of watch and see what company's selling it at a cheaper price, and you just go that route. Again, we just got done talking about who we can trust, who we can't trust, whatever. But if you want it, you can actually get it. I tend to wait on certain figures. You know what I mean? But again, I think everybody just has a system. My system just works the way it does because, again, I paid off. It's out of the way. When it ships and is ready, I know I'll have it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about running into like this dump. You know what I mean? Because that's what's happening right now. We're getting dumped on. I mean, because right now, I think from that list that we've seen so far, the Mark 85 is still out there. I mean, not the Mark 85, the Mark 5 is still out there. That comic book concept is out there. Miles into the Spider-Verse is still there. Is there? Oh, and who is it? Taskmaster's out there. So yeah, that's
and these are in stock right here anyway. This page. Yeah. Some of these have been IG-11's been like a year now.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's a great figure.
Sleeper
I
love it.
It is.
Sleeper.
Great figure.
It's a great figure that come on, man, the Death Watch. I mean,
the Tusken Raider too, man.
Yeah, I got 2 of the Tusken Raiders. Like, and people, I know a lot of people do not like the armor because of the single joints. I have it in my collection, and it's a decent figure. It's the presence is there, and I'll just keep it at that. You know what I mean? But I mean, again, I mean I think it's all about the system and how you actually choose to do it. These things are priced. My worry is what we've been running into as of late is these price hikes. So that's my worry. But you know, that's a topic for. We've already beat that to death. So
right, because even these these have already been out. These are the old prices.
Yeah.
You know, and then even some, you know, to the other. I don't know if I have some in here, but as you start to see, some are not bad. And some are starting, you know, to kind of climb a little bit more, and some of the obviously more recent ones here. But Kiko, I know you probably have to get going here soon, right? But so let me go ahead and gather your thoughts on this here before we end up wrapping.
I mean, I'm going to have to give Hot Toy some credit simply because I think like 3 weeks ago I was on somebody's stream and I said, yeah, at this rate, you know, you're gonna have to be getting out 7 a month. There's no way. I mean, they've been dropping out, you know, these past 2 months. I mean, they've been dropping some heat, which I'm like, I was surprised or whatever. I don't know if they can keep that up forever. But I've said this before, and I've been real transparent, is that I would be fine if we dropped the batch number down a little bit. Because go back to the debacle of the Iron Man Mark 50. That thing is still on Sideshow. They've made 10 zillion of those bad boys. And I've said it before. I don't mind exclusivity to a degree simply because I like the idea of knowing that, hey, there's not as many of these out there. I'm okay with that. And so with that being said, I know that Sideshow will get their allotment. And if I'm needing one, I will get it. And if they end up going to the wait list situation, because those are few and far between. I mean, we have the heavy Mando, things like that. Those are the rare instances. I think if they even drop these down,
rare.
Yeah, I mean, if these are low batch or whatever, that these Jangos are the ones they've just sent out now, we'd be seeing the wait list issue. You would be seeing it going to wait list or something. I think. I mean, I don't know the inside deal by any means, but I'm interested to see what they do. I don't think they can keep the pace going. I do like that little summer showcase, whatever that was. Like, here's what's coming. This is cool. All that to say is that those were ready, obviously. And they said, this is what's coming. We have the box art done. We have the figure done, and we're going to ship these out. We don't know the inner workings. We've all wished we had that crystal ball to be able to see what is the inner workings and how it works. We don't know that. So we could get this onslaught because, Celebration was coming up and they want to be able to throw all those things out. We could. Especially
this up front here.
Yeah, we could end up hitting a lull in the next couple weeks where we get one figure a month. It happens. Who knows? And the way the world works, who knows at this point. So I'm just happy that we are getting some things. And as we've said at the very beginning of this, don't let people influence your decision and say this, I got to do it this way because Anthony said do it this way. Do what works for you. We'll love to give you ideas and our thoughts and such like that, but don't let any of these guys on the panel by any means say this is how you need to do things. We give you ideas. Make up your own mind on that. But,
exactly.
I do need to get going. Yes, my dog's going crazy. I need to take care of him,
man.
But as always, it's a pleasure to be with you, gentlemen.
See you next week, bro.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you the full screen treatment for a minute before you go.
Yes, so I will be live in Celebration in Anaheim next week. So if you're at Celebration, please stop by, say hey, let me know where you're at, message me, something like that. Love to grab a drink with you, just shoot war stories, whatever. It's going to be great to be able to get together with everybody. It's going to be fun, especially some of the people I've never seen before in real life. I'd love to be able to spend some time with you. So if you're there, say hello. Got some good stuff coming. I'm trying to, as I said, I was on vacation, so I've not really done much with YouTube or Instagram these past couple of weeks. But I will be able to get out some content before I go to Celebration, as including the Collection Room Volume 6, which people have been excited for. That is coming, so feel free to check that out. Got some surprises in there. Hopefully you enjoy that. But that's what's coming up on this channel. But it's always a pleasure to talk with you. I know I always joke about being the old man and such like that, but I am thankful that I get to hang out with you guys. But have a great weekend, everyone. And yes, Lael, let's grab a drink when we get to
You already know. I'm ready.
And I'll be checking in with you guys. But thank you guys so much. I'll be checking with you all soon.
Everybody go check out 𝐂𝐀𝐍𝐄𝐋 if you haven't already. It's been a pleasure having you here. Links in the description below.
Yeah.
You have a great rest of the night, brother.
See you, gentlemen.
All right. Take care. So, well, we're almost wrapped, but Mario, get on your thoughts. Now, I know we all know, as we've spoken tonight, overseas, not really so much your problem, but
Yeah.
is these numbers a problem? And managing this, do you feel that we're getting a little overwhelmed now?
Well, again, everyone has their strategies on how they actually pay their stuff off. I mean, Lael alluded to something with the payment plans. You know, some people just don't do that, and I completely understand why. For me personally, it's a mix of both, where I actually put things on payment plans and then just strategically pick something up, you know, whenever finances allow. I mean, looking at everything up front, yeah, man, these are big numbers, and it's like, holy shit, it just puts everything in perspective as to how much you're actually spending, you know, on these figures. Granted, it's not all at one time. However, this past week, I mean, since we've seen 3 drops, I mean, local or domestically, we're not really getting that many that we're seeing released. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so say we get 3 figures that actually dropped. Well, I'm not getting billed for all 3 of those in a row right now. Right. But that just, when I see a figure drop that lights a fire, you know, under my ass to hurry up and get, you know, something like that paid off, so I don't have to worry about it, you know, when the bill actually comes to say, hey, your order is actually getting ready to ship, you know, in 10 days, which usually means 2 to 3 weeks, you know, on top of that. So, but as far as to the original question, whether or not low batches is the way, as much as I would like to say so in terms of collectability, I don't think that's going to happen, because that's just too much money they're leaving on the table. Maybe small waves in a sense, just to get things out and just out to the collector, just to kind of like to help please some of those that's been waiting and waiting. Granted, you're not going to please everybody. That may be a possibility, but I don't see that happening at all. So, if anything, it's just the current situation that we're in right now, where a lot of us could be collecting pre-orders or just be getting these as they drop. That's going to continue to happen. So there's going to be more going into their pipeline, as you know, more than that actually gets released, you know, to the collector. So that's not going to change, you know, at all. But yes, like I mentioned before, seeing all these at once on screen, I don't want to say it's overwhelming, but it's just like a kind of a bit of an eye opener,
right? To say the least, right? It's an eye opener.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And looking at this, I mean, I have half of these figures pre-ordered, you know, on this screen here. On the next screen, I haven't pre-ordered anything yet, you know, just because I still need to catch up on these other ones first. And when I finally get those out the way, then I can go ahead and move on to the next one.
Right.
But it is definitely a lot. You know, you do have to really plan and strategize accordingly that your budget will allow.
Do you have everything on this page already? Because these are already out.
Yeah, everything is here.
Everything is here.
Yeah, everything is here. All of that.
Dang.
And those prices are looking a lot better compared to what we're being charged.
What
these
we're seeing,
days.
what we're seeing now. CJ Fullwin says, part of the reason I watch all you guys is just the positive, kind vibes you all project. Just some fellow nerds hanging out and talking toys. Refreshing. Thank you.
So cool, man.
That's what it's all about. You know, trying to. I mean, you know, obviously, we'll talk about some of the underlining I don't even want to say negatives, but you know, just a different, you know, you need to know about all the different types of perspectives here, right? Because there's money involved and we're not all rich, and you know, some of us aren't very good at budgeting, and this is an addiction, and I mean, that's real talk. I mean, you don't just buy one hot toy. I don't know anybody who owns just one. Unless it's their first, but it certainly won't be their last.
Won't be their
so
last.
Definitely.
That's why we try to bring that. Right,
You can't stop at just one, right?
Right.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think we'll probably go ahead and we'll probably wrap on that one, man. This is exciting times. It's good to be able to share our experiences, both good and bad, with everybody on the panel, you know, and everybody in the chat, just to know, like you said, you know, we're all collectors at the end of the day. And and as Lael had mentioned, and Jay as well, that it feel like it's our responsibility as well to, you know, convey those experiences, you know, with you guys, because otherwise, who, you know what I mean? Then what are we talking, mouthpieces? You know, so it's important to tell you guys, hey, you know what? This was okay. This wasn't okay. You know, and we too have experiences, you know, that you guys do as well, you know. So Carlos says, I'm all for the positive vibes too.
Read the follow-up.
I know, he's just kidding, you know. So but you know, hey man, listen guys, we still got 180 people in here, guys. Go ahead and hit that like if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel and the growth and the algorithm. I mean, we've got 99 likes. Can we get to like 150? Is that cool, guys? You guys think you can click that? I don't want to go for 100. That's easy. I can hit like myself. But
101 already.
Right, we can get a little bit more, man. I definitely appreciate it. And subscribe, of course, if you have not. I'm on the road to 2K. I'm pretty damn close. And everybody here on the panel as well. We'll probably go ahead and wrap, but let me go ahead and ask around, man. Brother Cousins, my man.
Hey.
Thank you for being here. How are you doing? What's going on with you?
Awesome. First, Miles Bennett Dyson asked, does the Space Pimp have any buying tips? I'm going to tell you like this. I do have some buying tips for you. What you got to do is do it well. Spend your money, hide it from your wife, and sit back and look sexy, baby. There you go. Sorry, I need the glasses.
Sound words of wisdom. Sound words of wisdom.
No doubt.
But no, man. But thank you. But no, thank you so much for having me. Man, it's been great. Great week. I'm so sorry, guys. I know we were supposed to. Me and Local Lou was supposed to do half show Saturday today. We didn't get to do it. Some life things popped up. Everything's okay, but yeah, had to run some errands. Brother to the airport, and just a whole big mess. But we will be back next week. That's going to be awesome. So be there for that. Also, coming up tomorrow night, I'm gonna leave that for Anthony to go into that, but we got some real good stuff going to be with Anthony tomorrow night in Queen Studios. That's going to be awesome, so definitely check that out. And then yes, on Tuesday we got Grails. Good morning, Grails. We're going to be showcasing Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan Kenobi, so that, you know, for, you know, just because, you know, Kenobi show is next week, so definitely we'll be showing that figure. That's going to be great. And of course, Best of the Best on Thursday and all that other good stuff. And yeah, whenever my figures come in, I'll be doing reviews on Gideon. I'll be doing reviews. Looks like Luke is going to be here soon, so I'm going to be doing so stick around for that. Going to be doing a review on Luke, Gideon, and what's the other one that released? What's the other one? Oh, Django Fett. So I'll be doing reviews on all three of those. I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
It was a big week,
brother. It was a big week. It was a big week. And hey, Denobi, what's up, my friend? He said, great show tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, my man. Absolutely. It's been great. Lael, my man.
What's
how
up,
you doing, man? How's things going on the 1/6 Scale Man network?
It's going pretty good, man. Everything's pretty good.
I'll give you a spot here.
Yeah, everything's pretty good, man. I mean, right now it's just getting prepared for next week. You know, celebrations next week. You got a lot of things, you know, to kind of prepare for. a little light on the live streams. Tomorrow we're going to do Collectors Lounge International at 12 noon, but then that's it. Going to probably be it for me the rest of the day, as I got to kind of prepare and get things going. So yeah, gonna do that. I have figures coming in. I mean, I guess got Django here. I'll have the Moff getting in to be here on Monday. But the thing is, I'm doing things in the order in what I receive, and I'm still have videos that I have to drop beforehand. So everything is going to take time. But yeah, it should be up. The video should actually have a lot of content coming tomorrow. So I'm just going to dump a whole bunch of content before I leave. And probably dump some content on Monday, just to kind of get it out the way, because I know I'm not going to be doing too much throughout the week, except for Thursday, where I'll be doing a members only live stream from the booth to get, at 10 o'clock, probably a little bit later, just depending, because, like I said, this is Celebration. So getting in is going to be a bit of a fiasco. So I might change the time a little bit slightly. But, it'll be a members only live stream to show off the new releases from, Hot Toys, the figures that are out there, and, just kind of keep people in the now. Because we're gonna get some announcements. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then right after that members only, there will be a live stream for everyone else when it comes to like the figures. So you'll kind of be in the now. Now this is if I don't get kicked out. So we'll see how it's gonna be. But we'll just kind of just play around with it and see how it goes. But yeah, that's gonna be then. Do keep in mind that there is a still giveaway going on right now, which is the Force of Make a giveaway with the quarter scale Grogu set, Mando and Grogu set, partnered with my bro Marcos over there at Collector's Zone. So you want to actually subscribe to him, subscribe to the 16thJedi YouTube channel, become a member, but then head over to Marcos over there at 6 Collector's Zone Cantina, and tell us why you like Star Wars, who's your favorite character, and why that character relates to you, and you could actually win that or this quarter scale Mando. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Again, thanks for inviting me. It's been such a great time. Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. That's awesome too with that giveaway, man. You guys definitely go check that out. Always a pleasure, man, of course. And Mario El Profesoro, my man. I'm giving you the full screen treatment because you know what? One, you got the sexy beard, and look at all the sexy troopers.
They are sexy, aren't they? Look at that.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're looking. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having this display done. So, after this, I'm gonna be out there with my man Eddie over there on Main Media. We're gonna be doing a statue unboxing for the Sideshow Premium Format Jango Fett. So if y'all wanna, come hang out with us, we're gonna be over there at Main Media YouTube channel. Come check it out if y'all feel so inclined. I'm gonna get back to grinding on this thing tonight, man. I want to hurry up and fill all this thing up here, up on top, get the lights installed, and just hurry up and get this thing moving because I promised a collection tour by Celebration, and I need to hurry up and get that done. So that's one of the main things that I would need to work on. Monday night, I'll be on with Graham at Jedi Night's Watch. We're gonna be talking some Magic Case talk, pros and cons, and all that fun stuff. Our adventures of putting these things together. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun discussion. Yeah, that's gonna be a great discussion, man. So I'm really looking forward to that. As Lael alluded to, next week is Celebration, man. Could be hella fun. I'll be there Friday and Saturday, man, and I'll be recording a lot of content for the channel, be putting stuff up, and yeah, it's gonna be great, man. Not just for the channel, but for also my Instagram page as well. Looking forward to adding a bunch of pics, and yeah, it's gonna be great. So thanks for having me on as always, and next Saturday, bro, I think we're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and close it out from Celebration at 6 o'clock. Yeah. When we go on, since they close at 7 o'clock, dude. So we'll repeat what we did at WonderCon, man, but just do it at Celebration. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Well, you guys be sure to check out El Profesoro if you have not. I already put a link in the chat right now. You're at 100, or you're at 450 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
So not bad. If you guys haven't, let's get them because you're going to do something too, right? At 500.
At 500, I do got something going on, man. Like I said, I'll probably drop a video maybe sometime either tomorrow or Monday as to the details of what's actually going to be happening, just to show some appreciation for everybody that's that took the time to sub to the channel, even though the content on there is a little lackluster. I hope to change that pretty soon. But yeah, man, I just truly appreciate everyone that's out there, man. And I just want to, just want to give back to the community, give back to everybody that took the time to sub. And yeah, let's go.
That's what it's about, man. So definitely come check them out. 450, you'll get the 500 very soon. 451. Hey, I'm sure everybody in here is probably already subscribed, but if not, go check out Mario. Great guy, great beard, great collection. Right? That's all we need to
Appreciate
be
it,
said. Yeah, 100%, man. 420 Joker, man, says, Layla and Anthony, we need to have a tattoo talk someday on the side. Hell yeah.
Love to. I'd love to. That's another addiction. So I would love to.
It 100% is, man. So everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us and talking tonight. Tomorrow, so a few things going on. Tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be doing another stream here on the channel. I'm going to have John from Queen Studios on. We're going to kind of talk shop a little bit about their InArts figures and some of their other, Queen Studio stuff in general. So if you guys want to come check that out, that's going to be tomorrow night, I think 10 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm gonna have brother cousins there. I got a couple people there who haven't had an opportunity to speak with John yet, so I figured that'd be kind of refreshing, have some different insights, and give people a chance that haven't been able to talk about it. So that should be really fun if you guys want to come check that out. Hopefully insightful. What else is going on here for me? I mean, other than some news reviews, I am gonna do a review. It's been a while, and so I think I'm gonna do a review on Django, and I'm gonna do a review on Moff Gideon since I got them coming. Might as well do it. People have been asking me, I've got a little bit of time, so that should be fun. And yeah, I mean, road to 2K, man, almost there. So appreciate all the help and support and everybody in the community and spreading just good times, man. Good times, good positive vibes. And yeah, that's it, man. So you guys have a great evening, a great rest of your guys' weekend, and we'll see you next week for something else exciting, hopefully. So, all right, everybody, we're outie. Peace.